Welcome to the Ascend Tournament Series mainstream, everyone, and the Soraxus Networks Inc. Pinnacle Cup, here part of ATS Season 6. I'm Spuddy FC, you've joined us here for some Rocket League action, and I believe our first Soraxus Networks Inc. Pinnacle Cup matchup. So, and it's a big one too. We've got some great teams here. PAWS Up takes on Golden Arrow Esports. It's the return of the Shawnee State Esports organization. That's a little weird to say. The Shawnee State University collegiate team with Slayer and Taco Stash, but with a couple new faces as well, not part of Shawnee State, with Vorseful, as well as Spooky, who will be joining us. Tonight. On the other side, Golden Arrow Esports with their new roster. It's Retro joining the duo of Deacon and Vaden with Mr. Turtle as coach. We've seen Retro not too long ago, last season, win it in the Apex Cup as part of the Team Evo Vagabond roster. Obviously, that team didn't stick around very long after the season. He's already left and joined Golden Hour, looking to find new success with an org that has some pretty good RLCS experience, albeit with a very new roster. We'll just have to wait and see how they perform tonight here. As we're going to get things underway in just a moment. Again, they're live, we're live, they're ready, and we get things started in just a minute or two. I'll wait for everyone to join the lobby. But I'm looking forward to this one. Both these teams are 1-0. They both have already gotten a win this season. Didn't take them too long. PAWS Up with a 3-0 sweep last week over SP Golden. Golden Arrow Esports with their win over GHE Lightning. They've already had to prove themselves here earlier this season. And with the score report, I can actually take a look and see how those wins goes. PAWS Up, though, did win in a forfeit. I believe Golden Arrow actually had to play their match. They did. So, for PAWS Up, they actually haven't had to play yet this season. This will be the first viewing of this newer roster. Hopefully they'll join us in just a moment. And we'll get things underway shortly here. But again, I'm looking forward to this one. Golden Hour has a couple teams this season. It's an org that's consistently had teams at this top level, obviously. Other than this team, they also have, as we mentioned already, the aforementioned GHE Lightning roster. Again, PAWS Up, again, full of players from Shawnee State. It's going to be Taco Stash, Slayer, and Spooky tonight. So Vorseful not going to be here, but Spooky will be playing with their sub instead, which, I mean, isn't going to say too much. Spooky's, I believe, B rank, so you still have a very good player who's substituting for this roster. They want to win this season. Their goal is to win. They made it to top 4 last season, losing to the eventual winners 100x Night in the semi-finals. This season, they're looking to go all the way. They're looking to give a battle tonight to are looking to win what would be a 3rd straight championship in the ATS League. We'll just have to see how things go. For Golden Hour, obviously, as an org, I don't believe they've ever won ATS. They're looking for a big moment for themselves, which would be winning a championship. But I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be, should be a great time here. Actually, apologies, Spooky's actually C rank. He's not actually B rank, he's C rank. If that's the correct Spooky, which I believe it is. Spooky is actually a C rank player. But again, these are some very good players on this PAWS Up roster. They're playing with their sub, but again, this is a team that is the favorite to win this match. They're a favorite in this league as well. They're a team that people expect to do well. Even without, even with the change from last season, not having adverse anymore, this is still a very good team, and one that should do well. But both these teams I want to know, they both have already had a pretty good start to the season. And if I know anything about this Golden Hour roster and Retro, generally, he's pretty good. This is a very good GHE roster. I've seen them before. They're solid. They're a team that can compete up there. Although, again, they've got a tough match tonight here. They're going to look to do well, and it's actually somewhat even here with PAWS Up playing with their sub. It's going to make things all the more interesting to watch. But let's get things underway. No more waiting around, no more waiting for the players. Let's see some action. Pause up on the blue, Golden Arrow Esports on the orange. And a best of 5 determine who goes 2-0. Metro trying to continue that success he saw last season. His Pause Up roster trying to redeem themselves from what they had, from what was, and admittedly, a very good performance. It was good enough to put them in the most recent edition of the Amateur Rocket League Champions Cup, where they eventually made, I believe, all the way to the Grand Finals. Even actually getting past 100X Night. They didn't, I don't know, did they play them? I think they played them and beat them as well. So, Pause Up, definitely a team that can win. We've seen them have these moments. They've just not been able to win any championships on their ATS yet, but Slayer's gonna get the first goal here. That one falling right by Vaden. I mean, there's not much to this. He's just shooting it on target. It's a simple attempt. Vaden just misread it. Pause Up will take the first strike. And again, it's pretty fun to see Slayer and Taco Stash's teammates again. I mean, that's not too much surprise. They're, again, both part of the Shawnee State University side. They've got a lot of chemistry, a lot of experience together, as Spooky's gonna get bumped out. This Golden Arrow team, again, has not had too much time with each other. They've been teammates for, I would say, maybe about a month or so about now. They've had time, though, to adapt, and again, this is gonna be a great matchup for them. This is one of those top, Pause Upside is one of the best teams in the league. Not only by ratings, but just by experience. These players have proven it. Well, the fact, again, they made top 4 in Season 5. They made it to the finals and the Champions Cup right after that. This is a team that can, and if they can play well enough, will win championships. But I gotta be careful! Deacon sends one on. What a strike there. Helping himself, just sends it right by Slayer. I mean, he is not ready for that kind of power. My goodness, what a strike. And that will tie the game at 1 goal each. As mentioned already, this Golden Arrow team's good. They will catch you if you're playing inconsistently. And again, for the Pause Up roster tonight, a little bit more complexity playing with the substitute. A lot of work to go through here, as off the back wall will be sent away by Vaden, and this one will bounce wide of the net. Spooky will hold on to it. Taking the boost instead, he will not be able to win that challenge against Retro because of it. He took too long and probably could have made a better choice on that, but he is going to at least see the ball out of his own half the field. As Taco Stash will keep this one. Spooky's already up. Slayer jumping in, and Taco Stash is going to be a player to watch out for tonight. Not only is he just generally considered their best performing player, and he was their best performing player in the playoffs last season, he is also just consistently a good player, and he's already got some experience against Retro. Had to play a 1v1 against him on this stream earlier this week. He won that match 3-1 to go up 1-0 in the solo series. Obviously 3v3, very different, and obviously the game mode that he wants to win a lot more. But he's already got some experience against Retro. He knows how good Retro is in ones. But he also knows he's individually, mechanically, the fundamentals are definitely going to be a strong suit against Golden Arrow. He's the highest rated player here. Might be the highest rated player in this league as well. So definitely something that if I'm Pause Up, I'm really taking advantage of, is the fact that Taco Stash is so individually talented. But this match is proving to be a lot tougher than they were expecting. Golden Arrow Esports doing well to keep the offense. Taco Stash fake around Deacon. We'll have some room now. Vaden next to go. Taco Stash is going to play for the flip reset, and Vaden does well to block it. Slayer to the corner will be met there by Retro. Spooky not able to put one on target, but it will at least set things up for Taco Stash, who also got shut down by Retro. Slayer, Deacon, midfield, Spooky, that one off target, but the net's wide open, and Deacon will get there. A big block, and this game stays tied. A demo in the backfield opened it up. It was great work in front of the net by, I believe it was Slayer who went for it. But not enough, not fast enough here for Pause Up, and that shot from Spooky, which did go off target. If that's on, we're talking about a 2-1 lead. But maybe he didn't trust Slayer to have the demo. And this game now staying even for now, but PAWS Up have had the majority of the offense so far. Slayer unable to get through. Retro Vaden will get the clear. One touch away, will find Deacon. Taco Stash was ready for it, and here goes Slayer. Infield pass. Deacon doesn't get there. Spooky won't either. Offense still for the ex-Shawnee State University side, but I gotta keep this one in the midfield. Off the sidewall. Bouncing ball. Spooky has it. 30 seconds to go. Up he goes. Won't have this. Taco Stash to shoot. Stopped by Vaden. Slayer keeps it in. The offense for PAWS Up. Slowly but surely running away from them here is up the corner. Will be Taco Stash. He gets around 2. 10 seconds to go. Golden Era Esports running low on resources. Just need to hold on for a little bit longer. Retro keeps it in the corner. Time running out. And PAWS Up won't be able to keep the offense. We head to overtime. And in our first game of the night as well, it will be OT that decides it. Golden Era has been pressed so far back in their own half of the field. They'll be happy just to get this sort of a reset. It gives them a little bit more room to breathe and a lot more room to work with. They've got to prevent what they saw at the end of this regulation, being stuck in their own half like that. They're not going to get away with that again. Not when time is only ticking up for them. Has cleared away. Taco Stash. Not on target. Oh, he does get around a couple players here. Vaden won't have it. Deacon just clears. Straight to Slayer! And that's going to end it! A quick ending to game 1. It's Taco Stash again who makes things happen. Falling through, falling in. PAWS Up, take game 1. And again, a lot of it due to the incredible work that we've seen from Taco Stash. Again, he does the fundamentals so well compared to some of these other players that's something that this team is going to recognize out of PAWS Up. Golden Era's going to recognize it too. It just is, can they shut it down? And the shots really weren't in their favor. 10 shots to 6. It really, most of the one-sidedness was probably the end of this game in that last minute and a half. But if you're Golden Era, you cannot rely on being that pushed that far back to win these matches. They got to make sure they don't get stuck on defense again, or else they're going to be in real trouble. We'll be moving to game 2 here, but PAWS Up. The favorites in this matchup, definitely one of the favorites in this league. They are the highest rated team by rank in the league. Only, with the only other teams really up there with them is Hunter's Knight and Creation Station. It's a good team. They're super high rated, and they've again proven last season that they can do it. That's the consistent part about these top rated teams. All the top 4 teams made it to the playoffs last season. PAWS Up, Hunter's Knight. You mentioned the Creation Station, who got 2nd place. Knight, who got 1st. The 4th rated team is Soraxus Esports. While they may have a slightly different roster, they themselves made it to top 8 last season and actually made it to the top 4 as well. All of those teams returning this season. Knights looking to win what would be their first straight championship. Everybody else looking to be the one that can finally shut them down. Golden Era Esports trying to be a part of the conversation here. With how big this offseason now is, 16 teams out of the 21 that have signed up for the Pinnacle Cup making it into playoffs. The chances of making it are quite high, actually, for most of these rosters. All you need to do is be the top 5 in your group, and you'll guarantee a spot. If you're part of that 6th seed spot, you're not 6th seed out of your group as well. You're not out of it either, because the top rated 6th seed by the tiebreakers, game differential, head-to-head, initial seed, all that stuff, will also get a spot in the top 16. So this offseason, much bigger than the 10-team offseason that we saw last time around. Although PAWS Up, they want to make sure that they get that advantage. They get as high seeds as possible. Because even though top 16 is where you need to be at the end of this first part of the season, if you're in the top 8, you guarantee yourself a spot in that final bracket, in the top 12 that make to the final bracket. And you also give yourself a chance to make it to the top 8 guaranteed in the final bracket. And I'm sure if you're PAWS up, every advantage will be useful, especially in that final bracket. Because, it gives you an easier matchups, gives you a better time, you don't have to worry too much. You don't have to worry about, playing an extra round. Single elimination is a tough format. Any chance to get away from it will be a huge advantage. And for a team this good, as good as PAWS up are, they're expected to not have too many issues making it to the final bracket. Of course, we've seen teams collapse mid-season before. They gotta make sure that doesn't happen here, as already one goal up will be Taco Stash looking for the outplay to set up offense for a second. This one kept in by Deacon will be Slayer to use it, and it's left to the midfield. Spooky will send it away. PAWS up, might jump for this. Retro doing a good job at forcing them to stay grounded. As Taco Stash won't have it. Spooky will send one on, but it's straight to Vaden, and he's got room. Taco Stash bump, Slayer to save. Then PAWS up, looking for the midfield. Retro, Vaden, bumped out the way. Deacon's up as well. This one will not find the target. PAWS up, staying in the offensive zone as Vaden gets bumped. Great job from Slayer to cut that one away, as here goes Deacon. Back wall, unable to hit the second touch, and will be a free counterattack for PAWS up. Well, though Retro doing a good job at playing defensive, and it's not uncommon. Every time I've seen Retro play on this team, he's been their most defensive player. Really, the successful goal in Esports is if Retro feels comfortable at playing up on the field, although if his teammates are making touches like that, he can't exactly feel confident. A real giveaway here from Vaden, who just panics, sends it right to Slayer, and we've seen a couple of those already. Game 1 ended with a touch like that. Game 2, we'll see a 2-0 lead because of it. And PAWS up, looking more than comfortable just to win this matchup outright. As another clear for Slayer will be to the back wall. Vaden. Oh, that is straight to Spooky. Good job from Metro to get in the way. He's been the lifeline for Golden Hour Esports tonight. Unfortunately, good defense can only get you so far. It's that offense that Golden Hour needs to find some work with. And again, that's where they really need to get someone like Retro involved. They need to make sure that everybody on this team feels comfortable to get upfield. So far, they've really not been able to send everyone upfield in offensive attacks. And PAWS up, admittedly, have done a very good job at playing a lot of 50-50 challenges, forcing Golden Hour to slow things down. Very tough to play defensively when... Sorry, very tough to play offense when the defense of your opponents is slowing you down like this and forcing you to respect them. And not only is it 50-50 challenges, but it's those responses after those challenges. It's one thing to go for 50-50s and win them. It's another thing to get to the ball right after that. Most teams feel more than comfortable to take 50-50 challenges on offense, knowing that they can get another attack moving after it. PAWS up are doing a great job at not only winning those challenges, but getting to it immediately as well. They're always positioned for that challenge. So it never really feels like it takes them too long before they get another player in. Maybe 2-3 seconds before they have another player attacking. It's what is forcing Golden Hour to respect them so much, because they know they're not the faster team right now. And unfortunately, that means their offense has really seen a total failure so far. 2 games down, PAWS up. Are 1 away from winning this series, what will be a second straight sweep this season. Things are looking pretty good for them. One away from taking the series. PAWS up, again, one of the top contenders this season. And, again, I gotta say, pretty impressed so far with PAWS up. They I mean, they're a team that's expected to do well, so I guess I can't say I'm too surprised, but... Very good roster, they're successful. And, I mean, this season, all they're looking for is to win. They're looking to win the whole thing. They could not care less about coming up short. They're looking to win. They've been in 2 straight tournaments, have done well in both of them, but have not been able to win. The real challenge for them is going to be Hunter Nix Knight, who are not in their group, but definitely a team that they want to take on in their group. I mean, that's the kind of competition you want if you are PAWS up. As we'll go into game number 3 here and keep things going. This series has seen a good amount of action, but it's been PAWS up who've been the better of the two so far. If Golden Esports have a hope at winning this, it's gonna come down to finding that confidence on offense and, more importantly, finding the speed. They've been losing out on speed and the quickness at reaching those challenges. Either avoiding those 50-50s to begin with, or just reading them a lot better will get them further. Whatever it is, it's a clean slate for them here in game number 3, but Takusta's looking to have his way with Retro once again. As it's Vaden. Easily kept away by Spooky. Up goes Deacon. Golden Esports will try to play that midfield as it's Slayer to Spooky. Vaden will keep it up high as it's Taco Stash. No one there to challenge him! And Taco Stash was ready for it! Maybe the last person you want to give this kind of space to off the back wall. He doesn't miss from there. And Golden Esports can only hope but watch. A screaming start to PAWS up on DFH Stadium. And they're hoping that we'll see more of it here on DFH Game 3. Vaden. Challenged, bumped out the way. Taco Stash looking for another. He's up. He's down. Oh, he's done it again. Taco Stash is not done. Another double tap. And at this point of your golden hour, what on earth do you do? You gotta send players to the back wall at this point. Taco Stash is forcing her hand. And PAWS up another one. Slayer now. Flip reset. That'll be stopped by Vaden. Metro will keep it away. Spooky with it airborne. We'll go around the back wall. Room to work with for Vaden. Up the field. Keeps the dribble. Vaden to clear. This one up the corner. Slayer has it away. Taco Stash with 2 goals out of 3 shots so far. And he might look for another one here. Off the ceiling. No, he's looking for the pass instead. Slayer, well, probably would have run a little bit better on that. A great attempt, though, from Taco Stash, and another great job at really dicing the defense out of golden hour. As he's got to be careful here. We'll get the pump on Vaden. And PAWS up. We'll get out of defensive danger there. Deacon. Challenged by Spooky. Taco Stash trying to bluff it, but Vaden saw through it. Golden Arrow will have a chance, but one that will not find the target. As Deacon again. Running away with it here. Will play the pass to Retro. Spooky there in time. Will shut that one down. And Taco Stash now looking for the clear. This one's kept up by Deacon. Still kept up by Deacon. Moving forward is Deacon. Vaden is up. He won't hit this. And Retro will be denied. PAWS up now with another clear. And their shutout lead continues. Golden are finding some admittedly very impressive offensive chances. Their best of the series so far, but even that has not been able to break through PAWS up. And again, credit to PAWS up defensively, holding things down. It's very impressive as well how they get those saves. Also impressive again how they get out of defense. They've already proven it to us earlier. They have a very good job at do a very good job at doing that. They're showing that here as even more as Golden Hour now, with a bit of an overcome hit. That one's going to be flipped off the crossbar, and Deacon will stop any sort of follow-up from coming. Although Slayer, not to be denied, will keep things in the middle of the field. Taco Stash with a bit of a break check on Vaden will keep things moving. Retro now with Vaden in support, looking for the team pinch, won't get there. And Golden Hour running around the nets, but just not getting to the heart of the goal. Anytime they get close, PAWS up. Will just beat one or two of them and do just enough to get out of it. As Vaden will keep it airborne. Slayer will follow. And he'll hold on to this one. Retro played in the challenge. Slayer, it's an wide open net, and he won't miss that. The team captain will make it 3-0 for PAWS up. As a whiff from Deacon, he backflipped in place. And it doesn't get much easier than that for Slayer. Inside the final minute now. PAWS up, looking more than happy just to take this series in a 3-0 sweep, as Slayer on target will be kept out rather easily by a Retro. Spooky stays with it. He's been taken out of the play. Slayer, another open net, and another goal. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is where Golden Hour Esports leaves. Yep, there they go. They're out of here. This series is over just like that. PAWS up with 2 straight goals from Slayer at the end of this thing. And the win will be theirs. Vaden sticking in for a few more moments. But this one, my Spooky wants one as well. He doesn't want this game to be over. You know, we haven't mentioned much about Spooky this whole series. He's been kind of overshadowed by Taco Stash and Slayer. He just wanted a goal. I mean, it all counts, I guess. Vaden sticking in for a few more moments here, but this game and this series will end 3-0. PAWS up. Starting the season off with 2 straight sweeps. The first one may have been a forfeit. The second one, though, will be anything but. This is what you should expect from a roster that is this good. PAWS up will win the series. And their season now advances to 2-0. They're a team that generally has done very well in the regular season as well. I mean, they were the only team that went undefeated last season in our Pinnacle Cup. This season looking to do much of the same. And hey, 2-0 already. This is a good performance for them. They'll be more than happy. A big victory for them. And again, as expected for PAWS up, trying to chase down the championship this season and win the whole thing. I mean, that's the ultimate goal they're looking for this season. They could not, I mean, as I said, I don't think they really care much else other than winning the whole thing. Doing what they could not do last season. But again, they've had a exceptional performance so far tonight, and 3-0. They'll be more than happy as well. I think we're gonna have Spooky join us here, so we'll get the sub to join us in just a moment. As soon as Spooky jumps in, we'll get to chat with him for a little bit, and then end off, at least I think, what would be our coverage for week 2 here. But again, looking forward to this. It's been, I must say, pretty exciting so far. Spooky, also part of the Shawnee State University side. I think the only one who may not be on Shawnee State is Vorsful. So, not surprising. I know that for a fact that Shawnee State was playing in a LAN this weekend. That might be why they're playing with Spooky, because they're probably all, if they're not all together now, than they were over the weekend. So no surprise here, we're getting the full Shawnee State University roster tonight, but we'll get Spooky to join us in hopefully just a moment as well. But to all of you who've been watching again, thank you all so much for all of your support. Thank you to our sponsor in Soraxus Networks Inc. A great site. They've been helping us and protecting us with any sort of DDoS attacks that we've been getting. You'd be surprised with how many we get with our back end as well. So shoutouts to Soraxus Networks who have been really amazing at helping protect us and our assets here. Spooky should join me in a moment. As again, give us a moment. Seems like Spooky is he may be a little camera shy. He hasn't joined yet, so we'll get Spooky. We're gonna get Spooky to join us. They did tell us Spooky wants to join, so they might be taking a little extra time. Maybe Spooky's gotta get on the mic. Whatever it is, Spooky will be here. Uh-oh, he doesn't see the channel. One moment. He might not have the right role on. One moment. I think I know what the issue is. He may not be able to see this channel. Oh, he doesn't. One moment. There we go. There we go. Now you can see it. Welcome in, Spooky. Congrats on your win. Shawnee State University are back again for yet another season. Here, and you're already 2-0 up. You're trying to, I mean, this team looking to do what they couldn't do last season and win the whole thing. You're off to a good start. Week 2 here, a big victory over Golden Arrow Esports. How are you feeling? And more importantly, how is the PAWS Up roster feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just watched the entire time. My teammates are kind of nuts, to be fair, but I mean, we're feeling good. We wanted to get a win after, we lost at LAN this weekend, so I think we're just feeling good. We're ready to try to win it all this season.
Yeah, and you mentioned Atlanta as well. I was talking about it during the series as well. You guys are there together. I don't know if you're there together right now or if you're back home, but you guys were at LAN together. You guys all got to be next to each other together. On the big stage in a LAN environment. I'm sure it's not your first time, and obviously you guys probably get to sit next to each other pretty often in Shawnee State. But what's it like, kind of having that experience? Most of these teams don't have that experience where they get to be on LAN with their teammates. What's it like to have that experience, be next to your teammates, kind of get to talk to them in person in a competitive environment?
Yeah, man, I mean, we're all like just brothers here, so we kind of just mess around with each other, kind of just do whatever. It's pretty cool just to like whenever Taco Stash or Slayer score, just to like fist bump across the table or just mess with them in general. Like the camaraderie is insane when you're on LAN, so I do recommend it whenever possible, and I'm just excited I get to do it with my teammates because they're nuts, and it's an awesome experience for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is here, and you were talking about it as well. Taco Stash and Slayer, they've been in a duo for a while. They were a duo last season with Adverse, making it all the way to the semifinals before losing the next night, then making it all the way to the finals in the Champions Cup afterwards. They're chasing for a championship. I think that's the only thing you guys are looking at this season is that championship. This team has a pretty good record. Do you feel any pressure because of that record? Does the past experience of the Shawnee State team, having gotten top 4 in that last season and a perfect regular season, having gotten top 2 the tournament right after that, do you feel that pressure that this team has on it, trying to find that championship and really going for nothing lower than that?
Honestly, I think it's just one game at a time. We're not really focused on the championship right now. We're kind of just focused on like the day to day, just like, get through the next game and that kind of thing. And I think we're just kind of here to build, like, have fun playing together. And so I don't really think we feel much pressure. We're just, ready to play some good rock, and that's pretty much it. We just kind of want to show what we can do, game after game, and that's pretty much it. We'll get to the championship when we get there.
Yeah, of course, as you said here, and this season's a lot bigger than last season. 21 teams versus, I think it was 16 last season. So a lot more teams, a lot more competition, but a lot of returning faces here as well. Are there any teams that this because you weren't here last season, but your teammates absolutely were. Are there any teams that your teammates have been talking about that they are there any teams that your teammates are talking about that they are talking about playing again that they want to play against this season?
Um, I haven't heard them talk about any other teams that we want to play. I mean, I think it's kind of just mostly like internal talks, like about ourselves, like how we can get better, like what we're gonna do, like again, day to day to like grind and try to beat them. I don't really think we're kind of focused outwardly that much. When we get there, we'll get there, kind of thing. I think that's kind of the mentality. We just kind of focus on ourselves and playing, the best Rocket League we can possible, and that's pretty much it.
Well, you guys got to play this week. You didn't get to play last week, but you got to play this week here. And a win now 6-0 in all games, 2-0 in both your matches. Next week's a bye week, so you won't have to play as well. But when you guys come back, you got some pretty good matches coming up. SP Starbreakers, Zave Elite, some teams that have done pretty well at the start of this season. You guys got some tough matches ahead of you, but I mean, I'm saying that, and yet you guys are literally the top ranked team here, so I shouldn't be too surprised with how you guys are doing as well. Congrats on your win, Spooky. Good luck in playoffs. Everybody's expecting you guys to make it there, and I'll be honest, I think it would be a very big surprise if you guys didn't make it. So you guys are playing very well. You set yourself forward on a great path to playoffs, a great path to the end, towards the end of the season, and obviously the goal you guys have ahead of you guys is one that is very admirable. So good luck in that. Good luck in Vegas receiving. Before you leave, Spooky, do you have anything else you want to say? Any shoutouts? Any final words?
Yeah, I mean, just shout out to my teammates, bro. Like, I feel like I didn't do anything that match. I know I was supporting with like 50s and whatnot, but like, Slayer slotting and Taco Dash being, those doubles in a row, it's insane, bro. But I mean, thanks for letting me play. I love when I get to sub in. It's just, don't let Spooky beat you next time. That's kind of all.
Of course, and thank you so much for joining as well, Spooky, and good luck to the PAWS Up roster for the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll get to see you guys again soon enough, but for now, take care, have a great night, and good luck in the rest of your season.
We appreciate it.
That was Spooky joining us there, part of the PAWS Up roster, again, and also part of Shawnee State University. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the Ascent Tournament Series mainstream, and thank you to again to our sponsor, Soraxus Networks, as well as to a bunch of other great people who've been supporting us as well. Let's go get a raid out. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Take care. Be well. Have an amazing rest of your nights. And again, thank you to our sponsor, Soraxus Networks, Inc. Solace Path as well. Thank you all so much for joining. Have a great rest of your nights. And we'll be back again next week with week 3 for Favor 3 and week 2 for our solo series.